God gave Samson unusual strength so that he could be used for God's glory to help the nation of Israel specifically. After Delilah had cut Samson's hair, he became weak and was captured by the Philistines. They treated him cruelly, which means really mean, and they made fun of him. And after a little while, Samson's hair started to grow back. The Philistines had a great party and brought Samson to their temple, which was packed with thousands of Philistines. Can you even imagine? Samson prayed that God would give him his strength back one last time. When Samson prayed, he was showing his faith in God, and he grew inner strength. I love this illustration because it's going to tell you what happens next. It says, the Spirit of God came on Samson. Samson leaned on the columns of the temple, and the whole building came falling down onto the Philistines. God's plan had been to help Israel defeat the Philistines, and Samson did just that. Today we're going to skip that because this is a craft that if you're interested in, you can go on the Deep Roots website on day 3 and check it out. It says God will use our inner and outer strength for his glory. That's a really important truth to remember. So we're finishing up learning about Samson. It says, for most of his life, Samson did not care about inner strength that comes from God because Samson wanted to live however he wanted. In the end, when Samson was brought into the Philistine temple, he began to understand that he needed God's strength. He needed to rely on God. We can learn a lot when we think about Samson's life. We can see Samson's mistakes as a warning of how not to live. So I wanted to play a little game with you. And I want to ask you if something talks about outer physical strength or inner character. So if you think it's physical strength, I want you to hold up your muscles. If you think it's inner character, I want you to point inside. So this is just a review. It's kind of like our game when we do true and false in the classroom, but unfortunately we can't be together. So let's just do our best. Samson killed a lion with his bare hands. What do you think? Outer or inner strength? Hopefully you said outer strength. Samson killed 1,000 Philistines with a jawbone of a donkey. Outer or inner? Samson was easily tempted and fell in love with Delilah. This is kind of tricky. It would be inner strength, but he isn't showing inner strength, but that's what he needed. Samson gave in and finally told Delilah the secret to his strength. He gave in to the temptation. What did he need? Did he need outer strength? No, he needed inner strength. Samson prayed that God would give him his strength back one last time. Inner strength. To pray to God and to ask God for help or to rely on him, that's showing inner strength. And Samson grew in character because he finally showed that he needed to rely on God. One way that we can become strong is reading our Bible. We can ask God for his strength, but we can also listen to God's word because his word tells us about all the good things that he wants us to do. It has been so fun to learn about Samson with you. You can review the books of the Bible today actually. I would love for you to send me your video of your memory verse. And if you want to, there's still day 5 on Deep Roots you can look at. I've been kind of scrolling through. You can do a little slideshow on inner and outer strength. There's more things to interact with. But next week, we were going to continue Samson for a little bit more, but it's going to be Easter week. So that's the most important event in the whole Bible. So starting on Monday, we are going to dive into Easter and the crucifixion and the resurrection. And I just cannot wait to talk more about that with you on Monday. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And Mrs. Malsat and I love you, and enjoy a little bit of rest. Make sure to send us your memory verses. Bye.